President Trump ordered CNN's reporter Jim ACOSTA out of the Oval Office Tuesday after the senior White House correspondent peppered the president with charged questions about immigration, following an alleged comment made by President Trump last week in which he was alleged to have referred to Haiti and several other impoverished nations as, After interjecting several times with increasingly insulting lines of questioning, Trump pointed at ACOSTA and said, "Out," which finally rendered ACOSTA speechless. "Mr. Trump," ACOSTA shouted 3 times, finally getting President Trump's attention. "Did you say that you want more people to come in from Norway? Did you say that you wanted more people to come in from Norway? Is that true, Mr. President?" ACOSTA barked at Trump. "I want them to come in from everywhere. Everywhere. Thank you very much, everybody," Trump replied, while ACOSTA continued to interject. "Just Caucasian or white countries, sir? Or do you want people to come in from other parts of the world? People of color?" ACOSTA asked, effectively calling Trump racist, to which Trump looked ACOSTA directly in the eye and simply said, "Out." ACOSTA spoke about the incident with Wolf Blitzer afterward and said that it was clear the president was ordering him out of the room. ACOSTA said he tried to ask those questions again when Trump and Nazarbayev gave a joint statement later on, but Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley got right up in my face, he said, and started shouting at him to block out questions. Oh, God, it's too rich. Oh, God. It was that kind of a display, ACOSTA recalled. It reminded me of something you might see in less democratic countries when people at the White House or officials of a foreign government attempt to get in the way of the press in doing their jobs. ACOSTA and CNN were infamously humiliated after President Trump called them fake news during a 2017 January press conference in which ACOSTA attempted to shoehorn a question in front of another reporter. More recently, this past December, ACOSTA was shut down by White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders after he tried to grandstand during a press briefing over being called fake news, telling her that sometimes reporters make honest mistakes. Sanders shot back. When journalists make honest mistakes, they should own up to them. Sometimes, and a lot of times, you don't, only to be temporarily cut off by ACOSTA. "I'm sorry, I'm finished," Sanders fired back, adding, "There is a very big difference between making honest mistakes and purposefully misleading the American people. You cannot say it's an honest mistake when you're purposely putting out information you know is false."
Хорошая ситуация. Так что действительно там все изменилось, меняется к лучшему, хотя многие соседи находятся. В общем, довольно серьезная ситуация, и вас все глубоко уважают. Для нас большая честь вас здесь принимать. Мы с вами уже встречались в Саудовской Аравии. Так что то, что вы сделали, действительно замечательно. Спасибо вам.
Большое спасибо, господин президент, за приглашение. Пользуясь случаем, я хочу вас поздравить с годовщиной вашего президентства и огромными успехами в экономике.
First of all, Mr. President, thank you very much for your invitation. It's a great honor to be here, and I would like to start with congratulating you with the first anniversary in the office. And that year was very productive, and you achieved a lot for your country.
Thank you. Я первый президент нашего региона, и само то, что я здесь нахожусь, большая честь, и я их представляю сегодня. И для Казахстана всегда было важно политическая поддержка нашей независимости и целостности территории. И все 26 лет Казахстан является другом Америки.
And I'm the first president from my part of the world to be received in the White House. It's a great honor, and Kazakhstan has always enjoyed a very good political relations, and we appreciate American support for our independence and territorial integrity. And for the 26 years of our independence, we enjoyed a very good, strong partnership with your country. We appreciate that very much.
Сегодняшний визит тоже доказательством этого является.
And today's visit is a witness to that friendship and partnership.
Надеюсь, мы поговорим обо всем, что интересует вас и нас в регионе.
And I'm looking to the fruitful discussion with you on the topics that are of mutual interest to our both countries.
И двухсторонние экономические отношения поднимутся еще на высокий уровень.
And I do believe that after this visit, the economic cooperation between the two countries will grow even further.
Я благодарен вам, желаю дальнейших успехов.
And once again, thank you for your hospitality, and I wish you success.
Well, thank you very much. And we've been talking a little bit about the economies and our economy, and as the President has already said and has said again and will say again, we have broken a lot of records. We're breaking another one today. The stock market is way up. Jobs are back. Black unemployment is the best it's ever been in recorded history. It's been fantastic, and it's the best number we've had with respect to black unemployment. We've never seen anything even close, so we're very honored by that. And our country is doing very well. Economically, we've never had anything like it. I don't believe we've ever been in a position, and the President was so saying we've never been in a position like we have. Many countries and many companies are moving back from other countries where they left the United States, and they're now moving back into the United States. We had some big announcement recently with Chrysler going back to Michigan. We had Toyota coming in, and it's going to build a massive plant. We have many, many companies coming in, and they're building in the United States, and that means jobs. So I appreciate all the nice things you've said, and I look forward to our luncheon. I look forward to our discussions. And with that, I just want to thank everybody for being here.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jim.
Mr. President, did you say that you
Thanks, everyone, for exiting. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want them to come in from everywhere, everywhere. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Jim. Time to exit. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Jim, thank you. Jim, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Mr. President.
Jen. Thank you, Jim. Time to exit. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Jim, thank you. Jim, thank you, Jim. Time to exit. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Jim, thank you.
Finding out what all these Obama officials knew about the dossier, when they knew it, is key. Now, we've been following these developments closely, and we will continue. Joining us now with reaction, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett, former Trump campaign associate, guy who was spied on for a year based on Hillary's dossier. No dossier, I'm sorry. If no dossier, no application to spy on you, and through you, the entire Trump campaign. Great to be in the middle of it, isn't it?
Completely out of control, Sean, yeah.
All right, but Mueller also, you're on the list of people that he's asking for all these emails, texts, et cetera. Do you know what who the individual is that they're talking about?
Well, there's...
is it a guy that's been melting down on TV tonight?
That's my understanding. You know, after everything I've been through, this is a small drop in the bucket, so kind of become pretty numb to it a long time ago. So,
Greg, what's your take on the list? And what's fascinating about all of this to me is I have my list of people that need to answer questions.
One of the first things you would do as a special counsel would be to begin subpoenaing all of the documents of texts and emails and other communications. And here we are 10 months later, and, you know, Bob Mueller's just kind of getting around to doing that right about now.
Yeah, a little late, right?
Yeah. And, you know, as for this guy, Sam Nunberg, who was a peripheral figure in 2015 before he got fired from the Trump campaign, has been hauling off all day long in an incredibly erratic sort of meltdown way and making all kinds of baseless accusations that he had no access to. For example, he said of Carter Page, he said Carter Page colluded with the Russians. Carter's never even met Sam Nunberg or talked to him.
Well, let's show a little bit of Nunberg. He was on fake news CNN earlier tonight. I think my name came up at some point. Always good to be talked about. You know, free airtime, free promotion. They're obsessed with us. Anyway, let's watch.
So, Sam, I have to ask you one other thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's an awkward question to ask, but, you know, I've interviewed you before. You're sitting very close to me.
Yes.
We talked earlier about what people in the White House were saying about you.
Yeah.
Talking about whether you were drinking or on drugs or whatever they had happened today. Talking to you, I have smelled alcohol on your breath.
Well, I have not had a drink.
You haven't had a drink, so that's not true.
No.
So I just, because it is the talk out there, again, I know it's awkward, let me just give you the questions. You can categorically answer that. No, you have had a drink today?
My answer is no.
Let's go after the guy that appears to be having a national meltdown and then say, oh, I smell booze on your breath. Not me. I didn't have one drink.
There's been a lot of people that have been quite intoxicated for over a year and a half now, so there's nothing new here.
Okay, well, how are you going to respond to Mueller?
You know, I've been cooperative with anyone that wants to talk to me. I think the more the truth gets out there, the better. So,
is there anything you're hearing Nunberg says that resonates in your mind as truth?
I was called by dozens of reporters today, and they were asking me for a reaction. I just said, well, ask them where the facts are. You know, everything should be based on facts, and unfortunately, it's been pretty seldom focused on that thus far.
And now you talk about investigative creep. Now we're looking into the Emirates. Now we're looking into Sam Nunberg and what they know about him. Right. And I'm just, where's the Trump-Russia collusion? Because even last week on The View, you know, Mr. TV himself, Adam Schiff, said there is nothing. He couldn't name any evidence.
Yeah, he's finally backtracking. He was the driving force.